Please don't zoom in on my feet.
Don't zoom in on my feet either.
Please, guys, we're in dire straits around here.
You
Stop it, you sick freaks. Stop.
That's how I'm going to sit the whole time so they don't see my toes.
Actually, don't even look at the underside of my thing because I took the stickers off, but not the glue.
Can we get a blurring? Wait.
Can we get blurring effect?
Do I have stickers?
Oh, you got a sticker.
No, I don't.
Oh,
do I have a sticker on mine?
You don't have a sticker. Let me see that one. Hold on. Do I have a sticker?
Guys,
you have a sticker on yours.
Embarrassing.
Welcome back to House of Maher, a Wave original. We have a few house rules for you.
Girls are magic.
Reading is hot.
And so are you. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're listening, how are you? I am your host, Ilona Maher.
And I'm your host, Adrianna Maher.
And I'm your other host, Olivia Maher.
Coming up on today's episode of House of Maher, we're talking Miami. We have a new drinking game. Whenever we say the word titties, take a shot.
Take a sip.
We're also diving into a Sisters Settle It, so stay tuned. We like to start our episodes by touching some grass. I think it's sometimes hard to stay in the present where you are. You know, feel the earth beneath your feet, your 10 toes, and just be with it. So with our touch grass today, I want to talk about how I don't know if I know how to have fun anymore.
Yeah. Anymore? Did you at one point?
I think at one point I did.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, you did.
What shifted? The gravity of aging?
Let's give our definition of what I think fun is.
Right, let's start there. For me, fun is phone in bedtime at the end of the day. No, this is touch grass. Hold on.
30.
That's the opposite of touching grass. That's the opposite of touching some grass. That is 30. That really is.
I think for me, having fun is just dancing.
Is it? So it actually is for you?
But not into the early morning.
Okay.
Like, I love an 11 p.m. dance floor.
She's
hard
so
to
young.
find.
What about you?
Well, it's like going out to dinner, having a glass of wine, and then being in bed by hopefully like 10, maybe be on my phone till 11, conk out.
I like
Love.
that. I think for me it is actually like a walk, daytime walk with a friend, maybe stop for a drink, get a margarita, get like a beer or something, maybe dinner, and then in bed early.
Okay, I think I'm saying this though is because I think our definition of fun is just changing.
Yes.
Because I think what some people would consider fun is like going out, clubs.
Yes.
And I do like that our definition of fun has changed since then.
Indeed. But I think the other thing, though, is clubbing is so specific, and maybe we just don't understand clubbing. I don't think I can club.
No, because there's also such a difference between clubbing and just like a bar that can get a little rowdier. You know, clubbing has a whole culture around it, and I've never really dipped my toes into it.
I dipped in when I first moved to the city. I went to a club. Somebody's cousin like knew somebody at a club in New York City, and I was like freshly 22 or something like that, and I marched in and I was like, this is what it's all about. This is what the movie says it has been selling, is like when you get older you get to do this. I was like, I don't think I want to do this yet, but so I don't seek out clubs. But we were just in Miami for swim week and we went to a club, but it was actually a strip club.
It was a club and a strip
but they just call it a strip. They just call it a club.
But it wasn't like a real strip club.
Right.
Like, I've been to real strip clubs, you know.
But if someone is stripping, is that not then a strip club?
But there's also, it's just like girls dancing, really. Like, strip clubs is a freaky time.
Well,
where you got creepy dudes.
Were you not looking around?
I saw titties and I loved it.
Oh yeah,
but it
titties
wasn't.
everywhere.
I would say there was like an aerial show. I don't know if there's one dude weirdly just staring at a girl off to the side.
Right.
But other than that, it was mostly young people, like young girls and younger guys in there.
But Adrianna, you were seeing somebody motorboat a stripper from both ends.
Both ends. That was crazy.
Both ends.
Yes, dog.
And I'm like pink eyes.
You were eating chicken. Mind you, she was eating chicken tenders in the club.
I was hungry.
And it's funny because right before she got those, I had just turned and saw that somebody was wanting chicken tenders, somebody else. And I turned to Rihanna and I was like, oh my gosh, I would not want to eat food from here. 2 minutes later, Ilona has a plate of chicken tenders.
Here's the deal. I've actually learned you can trust chicken in these places. Seriously, I've had, I think, chicken wings in about 3 or so strip clubs now.
Yeah.
Like
3 or so?
Wait, 3 strip clubs?
That might be a dramatic, but other clubs. Like, maybe it's not always strip clubs, but they want to keep you in there having fun. They want you to keep drinking.
It's like Vegas.
They want you to keep, fuel up to drink more, so give them some chicken tenders.
Keep
and
them
I
in
loved
there.
it. But I knew from the moment we got on that bus to get there that I couldn't be out too long.
No.
I also want to clarify, we didn't know it was a strip club when we were heading
I knew it was a
there.
strip club.
Why'd you know that?
They told me that.
Oh,
Oh.
well, there you go.
We were
She's got the
told
inside.
club, and then I was like, turned to the person next to me on the bus, and I was like, oh, like, what's this place about? She's like, it's a club and a strip club. And I was like, what do you mean by that?
Hey, what do you
Hey,
mean
what do you mean by that?
We know it's a strip club just because Adrianna saw a stripper slap a guy
Nice.
taking a video.
It's very exciting.
He was up close with a camera while she was performing. Slapped him.
Slapped him in the face.
Yeah.
I love
Touch
that. Good
grass.
for
For
her.
her.
Don't
That's
record.
For her.
That's like in the red light district in Amsterdam. When I was living over there, I was walking through there, and a guy was trying to record someone, and the woman was like banged on the glass and was like, "Don't do that. Like, have some common fucking decency."
Right.
Hello. Ugh. So yeah,
Touch grass. I will say I'm more of like a bar person. Like
Cocktail
going
bar or like dive bar?
I just a bar. I guess
Both.
a cocktail bar, but like I feel like dive bar you can talk to maybe more people. I just like a bar where like you can talk. I don't really know what you're supposed to do in a club. Do you talk? What do you dance to?
you eat chicken tenders.
It's like house music. How many times can I fist pump, you know?
Yeah, we were worried going to it because sometimes when Ilona does something amazing, like compete in the Olympics or a World Cup or something awesome, afterwards it's finally time. She's been preparing and doing all of this for so long. It's time to finally let loose. So she will let loose.
Go for it. You
And Adrianna
send
and I
it.
get to be along for the ride. And this was one of those cases where we were like, oh my God, are we about to be at a Miami club until 6 a.m. and we have to go to our flight? Is she in that mood? So we were like, we're along for the ride though. We're in Miami. Let's club. Let's do what we should do out here. But thankfully,
I haven't been in that mood in a while.
Why?
I don't know if it's like the Olympics or more, getting more popular has changed me, but you will not find me out too long.
Really?
That's why I think I don't know how to have fun like that anymore. Like I don't feel the freedom at a club.
I see.
I just don't want to drink too much.
Maturity.
I'm like tired there,
Yeah.
and people like, well, do I keep standing in my heels? I want to sit down.
Right.
I'm only 28. I'm still in my 20s.
She's in her prime.
I'm in my prime. I should be clubbing. I should have been up there taking my top off.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well,
Too many cameras.
do you guys think you ever had fun though, like clubbing? I don't see you two as the biggest.
I had a lot of great nights dancing with friends. We didn't really go to like a lot of clubs. And the clubs I did go to, I always was like, would leave and be like, what was that? Because I hate the music. I need music that I can dance to and that I know the words of the songs. And so it's just like what I said, like a bar that has music that you can dance to.
I have fun at Nashville at like honky tonks because
That's
it's
my
live
dream.
music. Someone's playing live music but playing all the songs that I love, right? So I can
Yeah.
sing to it. I'm watching a performance. I'm watching art in front of me, but I know the songs. That's my form of fun. I love that. You know, I actually did find the fun in this Miami club because I knew we weren't going to be there long. Thankfully, I was catching your vibe, and I was like, okay, so let's just sit in it for the time that we're here and be like, yeah, I'm clubbing in Miami. Look at me. I do that now. And I was kind of like, okay, I can see, I guess, the bit of the appeal. We were in a section with
Yeah.
Sports Illustrated that they had, taken out. So there were drinks. There were a bit of our own section, but the longer we were there, the more packed it became because people just kept trying to like join in. But I had some nice real estate. I was sort of like sat on on a couch bench thing.
Looking at everyone.
Looking at whatever strip show I wanted to see, Ilona eating her chicken tenders, like people dancing, other kind of girl like performers. They would bring out the like sparkling bottles, and I just kind of nodded along to the music, which the music was like oddly super loud and not at all because I could hear the person next to me and I wasn't super overstimulated.
Kind of the perfect situation then.
Yeah, right. Okay. At one point though, there was this like fog. How would you even
scary.
describe that?
It was after the aerial show. They get onto the ground and then like, yeah, it was not fog. It was like air pressure.
It was
but it was
cold, though,
white.
It was cold, foggy air, a lot of it, and they blasted it at us.
Blacked or
To
white
the
out of
entire
everything.
floor, and it went on for like 15 seconds.
You couldn't see a thing.
It was crazy.
It was kind of exhilarating though.
It was kind of
that was maybe
exhilarating.
my favorite part of the evening.
It just kept going.
Because I was like, this is so cool. I can't see anything, but I hear Olivia screaming.
The craziest thing was as we were pulling up to this club at like midnight, the one across the way is very famous as well. And the person I was sitting with on the bus told me like, oh, that's, that it's known for electronic music, but you don't really go until like 6, 7 a.m. Huh?
Could do that.
Be
can't
so
imagine.
astronomically for real.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I like sleeping because I get anxious if I drink the next day, but if I don't have proper sleep, I realize like that's the worst part about, drinking is like maybe you're going later into the night so you don't get as good a sleep, which makes me so unbearably like anxious the next day. And I can't imagine that lifestyle.
But then we went to bed and I was like, is there any point in going to bed? We were only going to sleep for 3 hours. So then I was like, well, why are we here?
Right.
Why am I sleeping 3 hours? I will say when I'm on my own, I will get more turned.
Oh, no, from what? Us?
When I have you two around, I feel a little, and
We
then,
didn't do anything to hold you back.
No, I know you don't do
Literally.
anything to hold me back, but I just, I gotta, this wasn't really an example of it. But when I'm on my own, sometimes I will get kooky.
What's the example?
Like if I'm after a rugby tournament on my own, like I will get
She has some
kookier,
stories from that.
which we will not be sharing.
No.
But I think that sometimes if I'm when I'm on my own at times, I feel like, oh, I can just I have to play up with it, or I have to I don't have to rely on anybody else. If I want to go, I can go. But if I want to keep having fun, I can have fun.
To be a woman is to perform.
Wow.
So I'm not performing. I really do have a lot of fun. It's a great time.
So you
I
just
think
can't have
I
fun
could
with
have
us.
stayed out longer in the club, but I was just like, I don't see myself getting extremely drunk like is probably needed for this.
Yeah.
And my feet hurt.
Yeah. You've been in heels all day.
All weekend.
All weekend, yeah. I think another moment of touch grass that we can touch on here is that Taylor Swift now owns all of her music. She bought back all of her masters
Very
finally.
good. Happy for her.
Yay.
It's amazing.
You guys are big T Swift fans.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love a T
All
Swift
my
moment.
respect to T Swift.
All of it.
Amazing.
Such a great journey to follow of hers. And like, what an amazing ending, to have it all back, own all of her work.
But I think the touch grass element of this is that like people called this move scammy by her.
By her?
Yeah, that it was scammy of her to do, which I'm like, what are you even
Why?
talking about? Literally touch grass? Like, exactly why?
Because she had her Taylor's version. So they're saying that like she made so much money off of releasing Taylor's versions of her stolen albums.
Yeah.
That her buying them back is scammy because other people bought those bodies of work.
But it's like now they're two beautiful bodies of work.
Exactly.
And because those versions are slightly different.
And she didn't know that she would buy these back eventually.
I think she hoped. And it's
Absolutely.
like she wouldn't release those to make money on them and then also do the Eras tour to not be able to make this $360 million deal.
Really?
Right?
So now, like, all the music on Spotify, when somebody plays any Taylor Swift, even if it's not Taylor's version,
It's
She
her.
gets
she
it.
owns it.
Yes. Yep.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Which people have been, as they call it, clowning for Reputation, Taylor's version.
Clowning? What does that mean?
They're like,
Yeah.
it's coming out tomorrow because it's the VMAs. And they're like always,
And they've been doing
Gotcha,
that for like
gotcha.
2 years now.
so long.
Oh, she did this and she posted this in black ink because she's going to talk about that Reputation Taylor's version is coming out, right? Like clowning. Because
Yeah.
it's not actually happening. You just look like kind of like a clown. So she even said, I think in her letter explaining that she owns all of her masters now. I'm getting emotional for her. Like that's crazy. That she only recorded like barely a quarter of Reputation. She just like
Really?
couldn't do it. Like, or not that she couldn't do it, but she barely got
She
through
didn't
it.
think that she could improve upon it. It is a perfect album.
It's a great album.
Is Reputation the one when she's kind of like coming back in the spot?
yeah.
Yeah.
She's reclaiming like
Yeah.
Is that with
herself.
the snakes?
Yes, with the snake imagery.
Wow,
yeah.
you're good, Lo. You're good.
Dang.
Yeah,
Very cool.
because she was being called a snake, so she decided to make that her own.
Yeah.
She made that her identity, and she said, "You want a snake? I'll be your snake."
Ooh, I like that. Very cool.
We'll make her Taylor Swift fan out of her. Yeah,
Yeah.
you do like her. You have a lot of respect.
I have a lot of respect for her. I just don't listen to many. I listen to a little bit of everything. So these girls have been to the Taylor Swift tour, the Eras tour.
Eras tour.
Changed my life.
You guys were up there.
LA Night 6.
Yeah.
She did 6 nights in LA.
We were the second to last row.
All I know is she
Fully.
announced 1989 Taylor's version at our show.
At that show, you were the last show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
very
beautiful.
exciting. I want to get on the Taylor Swift bandwagon because people who love her, and like the little nuances that you guys know about her, like this song meant this because it's about this. Did you know Taylor also did this?
But maybe that's a bit of clowning as well. Like, who really knows besides the artist herself? Oh, do you know that?
No,
John
I
just
just
made a
said
face.
it's clowning. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe.
But it is very special because her songwriting is unbelievable.
Yes, I
Beautiful.
agree about that.
You hear lyrics sometimes. People make TikToks about like when you actually listen to Taylor Swift, it's like,
Really?
oh,
An artiste,
God.
a
Fully.
a poet, a mastermind, if you will.
Does she owe the Dead Poets? What's her album?
Tortured Poets Department.
I was like, not the Dead. Does
The
she
Dead
own
Poets.
the Tortured Poets? Like that's hers then.
Yes, yeah, because she made that like
Recently.
Right.
Yeah.
Weren't you just saying something about Horcruxes and people make theories about her all the time?
Yeah, there was
Go with
somebody
that.
on TikTok made the reference that was like the last two Horcruxes that Harry had to kill were the snake and Harry himself, and for Taylor it was The Snake and Taylor Swift.
Because she only
debut
had
album.
Reputation and Debut left to re-record.
One thing about me, I love fan theories. I love conspiracy.
Love.
I'm like, you think that's like, especially with books when they're like,
Oh my God.
they somehow put them all in one universe. I'm like, you think the writer thought that far ahead?
Yeah.
Except with Sarah J. Maas, and you're like, oh my
Is
God.
Sarah J.
Did
Maas a
she?
genius?
Has she?
Is Taylor Swift that much of a genius?
She's a mastermind.
I don't think she would have related to Harry Potter though.
No, I'm not saying she related it, but people online made a
they're-
crossover of that reference of like The Snake, Reputation, Harry himself, Taylor Swift's debut
Well,
album.
Taylor, we raise a glass to you.
Cheers.
Hey.
Good on you,
Cheers
Taylor.
to
I'll
you
have
and your
some of this.
masters.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'll have a couple drinks for you tonight.
You know,
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna drink tonight, but Taylor got her masters back.
But
Yeah.
Taylor, I'm drinking for her. Maybe we'll listen. I'll listen.
I've already listened.
She's already listened.
it'll be Adrianna and I sitting her down in a room to be like, all right, here we go. Listen, hear
And
this.
so for this
Yeah.
one,
It's a whiteboard. Yeah.
Yarn across it, pointing
Yeah.
at different things.
it's color-coded yarn too for each album.
You think it's called Love of My Life, right? No, but it's The Loss of My Life, right? This is what it is. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's beautiful.
Very cool.
We can have a whole episode about this.
It's just our like masterclass.
Yeah. Welcome. She's chained to the chair. Let's dive in to some tea time today, ladies. What's the tea? What's hot? What's happening? What's piping hot?
We just did the Today Show.
Literally rolled in here from
This is
that.
the outfit I wore on it.
This is the outfit I wore on it.
And I changed my pants.
And she changed her pants.
And my shoes.
And her shoes. Look at those. Look at that.
And my outlook
Get it
on
closer,
life.
but don't get the toes, actually. Don't get
Don't
close
look
on
at
the
my,
feet.
or the bottom of my
those
feet,
amazing
for
shoes.
God's sake.
Those aren't for free.
Don't do that.
Don't look over here.
I will say the older I get, the more I understand Carrie Bradshaw. I just want to say this really
Yeah.
quick. Her collection of shoes, watching the show, I was like, oh, that's what a fun quirk of hers. But now that I'm getting older, fun shoes, like not make or break an outfit, but I wear such kind of basic clothing that having an accessory of like a fun shoe that immediately dresses something up, or like a fun bag,
Wow.
I feel like this
1000%.
could definitely be an expensive habit like hers. But I think the older I get, the more I understand why she had so many shoes.
Positive, there's so many like cute, cheaper shoes now. So you don't have to break the bank so much.
Please don't zoom in on my feet.
Don't zoom in on my feet either.
Please, guys, we're in dire straits around here. You
how I'm gonna sit the
stop
whole
it, you
time.
sick freaks! Stop!
That's how I'm going
don't
to sit the whole time so they don't
don't-
get to see my toes.
that
Actually, don't even look at the underside of my thing because
Don't
I
look
took
at
the stickers off, but
you know
not
what?
the
Can we
glue.
get a blurring? Wait,
Can we get blurring
Do I
effect?
have stickers?
Oh, you got a sticker.
No, I don't.
mine's
Do I have a sticker on
really
mine?
You
bad.
don't have a sticker. Let me see that one. Hold on. Do I have a sticker?
Guys,
You have a
Oh,
sticker
thank
on
God.
yours.
Embarrassing.
Ooh, don't show those bottoms.
Embarrassing.
Scary. Okay, today's show.
Today's show. Sorry about that. Sorry, Jenna.
I went on. I talked about House of Maher. I talked about
We made it. She talked about us. Yeah.
what else did I talk about?
the Adidas.
Oh, I talked about Adidas.
Adidas, but you pronounced it Adidas on there for all the
Well, 'cause
Americans.
the Americans don't know.
Yeah.
So I had to.
But
I
you
had
did
to-
explain a little.
And then I said Adidas.
Yeah, you made a joke out of it.
I talked
She's
about because Adidas has their new rugby women's cleat out boot, we call it in rugby. So I chatted about that. And then I chatted about Miami Slam Week and all sorts of things. It was a little chaotic. They put me in like a tiny green room in the basement.
They gave her the smallest room possible. And like the two next to her were reserved for men. No offense to men, but like
I had two people on my hair.
two people on her hair plus a social girl and
Makeup.
somebody doing your makeup. And they
Yeah.
need to spread everything out. And
it
we were
was
in
crazy in there.
a
And
glorified closet.
like I'm taking pictures too. Olivia's taking pictures. It's like 7 people around you.
Yeah. It was a lot.
So they
We
put
made
on
it
there.
work.
We made it work, but it is funny. It is cool to see like behind that curtain of like live television because there's
Yes.
not much of it nowadays, right? But like a morning show like that, an iconic morning show of just all the moving bits and everything does slot together so nicely. But sometimes you're just kind of standing there like, okay, wait, what's next? Am I doing something wrong? You're like, no, a page will come get you. They
Yeah.
will find you. They know you're here, and they will pass you to the sound person who will get you to wherever you're going. So truly, just be where you are, and someone will come pass you through the tiny hallways of people, the food producers making what they're doing, and set deck people, and rolling in couches. And it was a bit reminiscent of like Dancing with the Stars live show.
It's a very well-oiled machine.
Yes. Very
You're
choreographed.
doing it for years, every day. Like everything is to the T.
We got into 30 Rock. We went right downstairs, essentially in this basement where they keep people for like
Yeah.
hair and makeup. And it's, a big mirror lined up of chairs where a bunch of the anchors come through and like get their touch-ups, I think. Whereas you were in like a little room off of there. But it's wild how that all works.
Wow.
But cool. And you did a good job. And it was Jenna Bush Hager and Leanne Morgan,
Who's
the
that
comedian.
Yeah, she's
she
hilarious.
is
Amazing
hilarious.
accent.
Amazing accent. I did like a very powerful accent to the point where I sometimes. You ever get this when somebody's doing an accent to you and you almost copy it when you're doing it? Like, what the heck?
What's that about?
What's that about?
Is it because we're
Something up
empaths,
here.
to be honest?
I don't know. I'll do it sometimes when I talk to like English people.
Yep.
I'll start doing an accent to them. I'm like, what am I doing?
This just happened to you in Australia, right?
Australia, probably I did it too.
You were doing it, and then you were with your British friend, Georgie. So
Right. And then with her, she has such a strong accent too, and I love doing like a fake Southern accent, which is probably disrespectful.
I
Sorry to
love
all
it,
people
too.
in the South. But she has such a great one, and I think I was starting to do it as she was saying it. And
No.
I would catch myself like, what the fuck
Really?
was that?
What were you putting an accent on? Just
I don't even. And I was
A
like,
little
this
bit
is
of
my
a
little
twang.
sister.
My little sister.
Aren't they the cutest?
Aren't they just the
Aren't they the
cutest?
cutest?
Yeah. I remember like mom always had a story about like a Southern lady telling her you shouldn't attempt a Southern accent if you're not from the South.
Why not?
Well,
And why does it feel so good?
I know. I probably won't listen to that.
And why is it okay to do a British accent? Maybe it's not, but Love Island is around the corner, so
Oh my God, they just announced the Islanders.
you can.
Anyway.
Big day.
They did just announce the Islanders.
Big day
That's
for
tea.
us.
That is tea.
Another episode, sorry.
They announced
Another
the
episode just of Love Island. Oh,
A
gosh.
whole, that's my dream actually.
What?
That's my whiteboard. Love Island and just have all the Islanders at the
lore.
end. Yeah.
The Love Island lore.
House of Love Island.
Yeah. Can we hear your best Love Island accent? Say you were in that villa.
Hold on.
You give us like, you know, when girls walk in and what they say. Do that.
Honestly, like, if he's gonna be like that, honestly, like, I got mug written on my forehead.
That was really good,
Mug's written on
Ilona.
me forehead.
Thank you so much.
Right.
That was
it's beautiful.
amazing.
For me, it's the girl. Hi, boys.
Literally Liberty over there. That was
Liberty Falls.
incredible.
Thank you so much. Let's hear it.
He's exactly my type on paper.
You could add more. You know
can
you
give us
can.
more.
I'm
Come
not
on.
Give
good.
us more.
Whenever I do British
us scouse.
accent, whenever I do British accents, I move through all the different regions. Like when we
Right.
were having the murder mystery party with your teammates and they made me read my card in an accent, I was going to like Australia, I was going to the north, I was going to the south. Like I don't know how to do a proper
Yeah.
accent.
How to hold an accent.
No.
Yeah.
When I do a British accent on my own, it's flawless. If I'm
No,
in a
absolutely.
room by myself, you wouldn't know. If I'm around British people,
I feel like they'd know.
terrible.
Yeah,
it really
that's a
goes
tough
down a
one.
few pegs. But I feel like in my heart, I have a good one. I just get nervous.
I feel a bit like I was kind of like hair tucked behind the ear when we did that murder mystery party
Yeah.
with her teammates, because when I did an accent, I put on like a really aggressive one. They didn't say it was bad. They just went, "Oh my Birmingham, holy Birmingham!" Like that's what I was getting. I was
Really?
like,
Very
"So was it a
cool.
good Birmingham or like not?"
Yeah.
I think good. We're gonna go with that.
I would love to get into like acting, you know, but I'm afraid if I have a British role or a role where I have to have an accent, I'm gonna be roasted by every English rugby player.
No,
so
you get a dialect coach.
Yeah.
They'll never. Be
I
able to
know,
tell.
but they'll tell. I'm scared.
No.
I'd have to work on it for years.
I feel like they compliment your accent. People say you do a pretty good job.
Sometimes I do.
You have such a
Sometimes-
good like basis already.
from the Americans.
Well,
No, you
We're
throw out
experts.
British
accents
people
all the
say that?
time.
we watch a lot of
Oh,
British
I can do
Love
some
Island.
good accents. Yes,
Yeah.
Like what else?
I can't, guys. We don't know what's gonna be good or not.
Australian.
Canadian.
Canadian is like I can't actually don't.
It's all about the subtleties.
Australian I can do if I've been in Australia for a minute. If I'm listening to it like there.
You were just there for 2-3
Why did I
weeks.
say? Can't. No, I'm
Come
nervous
on.
now.
Being back at the Today Show today reminded me of being with NBC post meddling.
Mm-hmm.
Your media day after meddling was all NBC Today Show, being whipped all over the place, all the moving parts. Luckily, not the heat and exhaustion of Paris, but like
Yeah, I mean, it was just crazy. Like 11 to 11, we were just like chatting. And then even that night after I won a medal, I had to go on like a late night show.
oh yeah,
And I think next time, hopefully I win a medal too. I'm just gonna be like, no,
nope.
see ya, I gotta go. But it was cool
comment.
because we were such a big thing at the games. Everybody wanted to talk to us, but I felt like I didn't have a break.
Olivia was feeding you bites of a sandwich in between
Yeah,
the
they
interviews.
they
I remember
barely
that.
fed us. It was so
Crazy. I
hot.
was like,
Sweatsuit.
you're not gonna feed the Olympic athletes who
No,
need
I
more
was
protein
hungry,
than
too.
God. Are you crazy?
Yeah,
Not so.
They could have done more.
I'm finding more gray hairs. Sorry, that's some other tea for today. Look, you found one just right there.
It's that same one that's always right there.
Can I talk about?
Dang, ruthless.
Can I talk about a really beautiful? Okay, did you say it's always there?
Yes, it's the one that you know is there.
Who asked you? That's no, but can I talk about a really emotional moment for me?
Sure.
Sure.
Is this a safe space for it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, in Kansas City.
It better be actually emotional. Is it emotional?
It was
or are you
actually
being fake
emotional
about
for
it?
me. No, I'm actually being
Okay.
for real. So
Right.
you're like putting it down, so.
No, so I don't. Is it going to be
I don't want to tell it
sarcastic?
anyway.
Is it going to be
No, it's
sarcastic
fine.
emotional or is it
No,
actually emotional?
It was actually going to be emotional.
Okay, say
Share
it.
it.
So.
I'm never sure.
Share it.
It's not like you're going to be sarcastic with
When
it.
we were growing up around the dinner table, if anyone interrupted Olivia during a story, and you'd be like, "Okay, go ahead," she'd be like, "No,
it's okay.
No, that's fine.
I don't need to tell
You
it
do it
anymore."
now too, though.
Because
Well, yeah, you do it. You do it. Okay,
Look at that.
sorry. Share
I
your
learned it from the
emotional
best.
story. I want to cry.
My emotional story as of recently, because I keep clocking my gray hairs, is when we were in Kansas City, or before Lona's games, I braid her hair if I'm there, and I love doing it, and it's so special. Not to like call you out, but like there were some gentle gray hairs in there.
Okay.
And I was like, full circle of life. I'm like, I grew up with it. I'm gonna cry. I'm like, I grew up with these. These are my life. These are my blood. I love them so much. And I've grown up and I've seen them as babies coming into this world, and now I'm braiding bits of her gray hair like into your braids. You didn't
Okay,
even know
emotional
it.
for some
you
people.
didn't even know it. Like you're literally like on TikTok while I'm braiding your hair, and I'm back here like the fabric of life, like braiding the fuck out of your hair.
Is Adrianna crying?
Adrianna's literally crying her eyes out right now.
Maybe it wasn't about your gray hairs, Adrianna. What the hell?
you can't find them.
You don't have many, but there'd be like one or two, and I'm like, God, this isn't poetic. Oh my God.
What is happening right now?
I've also heard this story before.
I told her about this.
Have you told mom?
No, I think I'm gonna make her
that's not
cry
gonna
Bring that up at the
too.
dinner table.
She's the first person to watch this as it comes out, so she'll be the first to know.
I'm so
Hey,
good.
Adrianna.
That's beautiful.
I would cry, but then I'm like, well, I only thought I had like one gray hair. Now I know I
kinda
got
mad.
many because of the story.
There was just like a couple, and it was emotional for me. And I love to make things deeper than they need to be, but that felt pretty deep.
No, that's beautiful.
I've watched you guys come into this world and like braided your hair as kids, and now I'm braiding your hair as adults.
Wow.
Oh my God, Adrianna.
Stop tying
No,
it.
you can let it out. This is the perfect time. You are on the couch. Ask her a therapy question. You're in the big chair. For everyone listening, Adrianna's crying. She looks
I'm not.
beautiful while crying.
She looks beautiful while crying.
I'm sure my face is.
She's getting redder by the second.
You can't
Gorgeous.
see it.
It's kind of
No.
like glossy though.
I
Do you see the
wasn't-
Thank you so
glossiness on
much.
it?
She has a bit of a like a
gloss-
dewy
a dewy look.
dewdrop
A
kind of
dewy
vibe.
look. Yeah,
See,
yeah.
I wasn't gonna drink tonight, but Adrianna cried on the podcast.
I'll drink to
so
that.
I'll drink to that.
tonight.
Cheers.
Hey, let's cheers to that.
Hey, cheers to Adrianna crying on the
Cheers.
pod.
But can we talk about how you guys aren't plucking your gray hairs? I find
No.
that's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're not.
just embrace it.
You're plucking yours.
Are you plucking yours?
She can't. We can't risk any more hair.
Wait, she-
Adrianna, you can't risk this hair.
She has one right here.
Or is it blonde?
Oh no,
It's
no,
gray.
No.
it's gray.
Gray.
It has a different texture as well.
So
Everybody,
annoying.
can we get a zoom in here? So
Zoom
you can
in.
see
I have
some
one in
gray
front
hairs?
too.
Right
Just gotta-
here, actually, on Olivia, I can pull it out if you want. You can.
Oh,
Dang.
damn, that is ruthless. I've been called 30 and my grays are getting pulled out for camera today. So I don't pluck them because there was always that old wives' tale of like you pluck a gray hair and like 3 more come back. You ever heard that? I think Tonalane would say that.
I
or
don't care
something
about
like
that. If I found one, remember we were in the car and I took a photo of it against my bag to like make sure it was, and I saw it immediately. I was like, had to get it out.
Damn, ruthless.
So when I see you, just like you're like, I'm embracing them, and I'm like,
but it's like I grew that.
if I
That's
find
part
them,
of me.
I'm plucking them.
Really?
And also, you're thinning your hair out.
yeah.
This one strand, I'm losing like 100 a day. I don't think this other one.
I
is
also
gonna-
do
think
be
about
losing
that.
hair.
How you ever like look after a shower and you're like,
my
I have hair
hairbrush
on my head right now? What
Me
happened
too.
here?
And it's like the longer I go without like washing my hair, the more obviously
Oh,
naturally comes out.
yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell? Something out of a horror movie, and I'm like shaking, pulling it out. I'm like, oh my God.
yeah.
I think once a year I kind of go through a deshed where it's just like there's a
Are you a
few
dog?
Maybe that is it. Maybe because it's summertime.
that I get like so much starts to come out, and it's usually like July-ish.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
I feel like each summer shed should have been earlier.
Yeah.
That's just a shed then.
Anyway.
You're in summer.
Gotta get
know
you
what
to the
I'm saying?
groomer ASAP.
Anyway, I need a
Dog.
Kleenex.
I did
so-
mine recently. Oh, someone get her Kleenex. It's paper towel.
Thank you.
For everyone listening, our producer's just gotten Adrianna a tissue.
It's totally
It is dire
fine.
straits around here.
No makeup's coming off, so
Where
we
does
are
the
good.
expression dire straits come from?
Straight.
Sorry.
Dire straits.
I know.
But it's-
STRAITS. Sounds like, I'm probably wrong on this. You know, on a boat, you go through a strait.
Oh, dire straits, like a dangerous strait.
Oh.
Oh,
Does anybody think that's
dire,
right?
dangerous strait? Is, dangerous straight, but like dire
Dangerous
straits.
ships.
That expression, dire straits.
Dire straits. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Could be. I don't know.
I love hearing about those things. I just learned about where hands down comes from.
And
Is my spray tan
How's
gone?
your-
Is that why? Or
is there a spray tan?
It's brutal. Don't zoom in. Guys, stop. Hair.
It's a lot of blurring
I just remember where the
happening.
expression hands down comes from. Do you know?
Tell me.
Did I tell you?
No.
Do you know? Could you guess?
No. Hands down. Can you use it in a sentence?
That's the best burger I've
Hands-
ever had.
Best
Hands
burger I've
down.
ever had.
Best
Hands
burger I've
down.
had, hands down. Hands down.
Like you're praying on the ground. You're in your hands are on the ground.
Hands
Whoa.
down.
Okay, worshiping it
I don't know.
comes from horse racing. Because
Oh,
when
you
the
just
horse,
told
when
me
the
this.
horse was like like a rider and a horse were super far ahead, he could take his hands off the reins and keep his hands in his lap. So he won hands down.
Wow.
Wow, how boss is that though? How
Interesting.
icy just to be like.
Cool. You know what's funny
Cross
is
the
that
finish
could be a
line.
complete lie, and I would be like, okay.
No, me too.
Did you learn that from our farrier cousin?
I read it.
Oh, she saw
on TikTok.
All right, everyone just spread
Someone
a rumor
fact
right
check
now.
it.
Everyone, yeah,
Everyone spread a rumor
right
right now that we're all gonna believe. Did you know that New York City is actually a man-made island?
Well, I didn't.
They actually like underneath it. Literally, it took like many years to do, but it's on stilts. Literally,
And they're making it bigger every year.
they're making it bigger every year.
Mm,
Well, they're
like microscopically.
they're reinforcing it every year.
Yeah. Of course, you got to. There's actually a city under this city.
There is.
That I do believe.
No, with the subways and stuff, absolutely. Sometimes I'm off topic. I'm worried, like, what if the city just goes to the subway?
See,
Like,
and she
sinks in.
believes it.
See-
and I got her with that.
And there's even like a portion of the island. I'm not lying anymore. Sorry, that was a lie before. Ilona was just making stuff up because she's
Guys,
a
we
liar.
were all gonna share a lie.
Sorry, we'll
This
still
can't-
share a lie.
okay.
But this reminded me that there's a section of the city in the middle where all the buildings are lower. There's no skyscrapers, and about the
it's
middle
sinking?
of Manhattan because it's literally like sinking or the ground is wrong for it. So it's not like dense enough or something like that.
I gotta
where'd
move
you read
out.
that?
Do you know the saying "cat's out of the bag" is Schrodinger's cat?
Whose cat?
Or Schrodinger's?
I know this name, but tell me more.
It's like don't make me explain. It's like a dead box or a
Barn.
dead cat.
What are you saying?
Hold on, let her cook.
No, I'm done now.
Is this a lie or is that actually something you've read?
Oh, were you making up a lie?
Yeah.
Oh, just make up a lie.
Or did I
You got
just
me.
connect that?
You could have said it with more conviction.
All right, whatever.
You gotta be better at lying.
Schrodinger's cat is a thing, though, I
I
think.
know. It's like the theory of like whether it's dead in the box or not, right?
Oh, they send a cat in a box. No, that's a bird. That's a bird.
For the mines?
You know what I'm saying? They send
In
a
the
bird into
mines?
mines.
Yeah.
They let it like fly down. Oh, if it stops singing.
They don't let it fly down. They put it in a box, and it's a
Because if there's gases that come out, that'll
send
kill
it
you.
down there.
The
this
bird's
is
gonna
real,
die.
actually.
This is real. We're no longer
I don't
lying.
even know what's
Keep
real
up.
or fake anymore.
Keep up.
But they would send a bird in a box down into mines alive, and if it came back dead, the gases are not right.
You don't want to go down
You
there.
don't wanna go down
It's not
there.
fit for human.
R.I.P. to
life.
all those birds.
Oh my gosh. Canary in a coal mine. That's the expression, right? Mm-hmm. Canary in a coal
killed
mine.
that.
Thank you
You
so
killed
much.
that.
I'll let you know. She read. The producer just wrote that on the screen.
I read it in an
Let's
article.
not give her. She read that.
On
she read that on our
Twitch.
producers.
So,
Good try though.
do you think you're a good liar?
No.
I don't think you are.
She's not a good liar.
You're not a good liar.
Or am I just making it seem like I'm not a good liar? So when I'm lying, I'm actually pretty good at it.
What do you think?
No, I'm a very bad
There
liar.
we go.
And I also have a lot of
Tell the truth.
Catholic guilt in which I always need to like tell the truth.
Yeah, I don't lie often. Are you a good liar?
You're a good fibber when you need to.
I'm a good fibber. I think I'm a
I think it's part of the job.
Fibber, what do you believe is different between lying and fibbing?
Maybe like fibbing is a little like lighter. A little like,
Lighter.
White
you know.
lie.
But like I think the key is just like you got to make it as close to the truth as possible.
Exactly. Yeah.
So your heart doesn't start beating faster or something
chill
like
about
that. You
it.
got to be chill about it. You got to make it as close to the truth as possible. But obviously the truth will set you free. But I think I'm
Lie if you need to.
pretty good at it. Maybe I've been lying this whole time. I'm not actually their sister.
I don't know. I don't lie often.
No, you're too straight up.
When was
Blunt.
the last time I lied?
Forgive me, sisters, for I have lied 3 times.
I don't know. I don't think I haven't lied often.
Okay.
It's
really
very
good of
hard
you.
for me.
Oh, she's just a good person.
just-
Wow.
Wow.
And we're horrible.
Freaking
No, you guys
cool.
don't lie either.
I fib. I don't lie. I mean, no, I don't go out of my way to
Who
fib,
do you
though.
fib to?
No,
Who
if
are
I
you
need to
fibbing
like fudge something, like for you, or like,
Oh yeah. That's
you know, oh, she can't be doing that because of like, you know, and selling it. I think it's all acting. It's all theater, isn't
Yes.
it? Yes.
Life's a stage.
Life's a stage.
God.
And speaking of stages,
Hit me.
You were on one.
Oh, what a transition.
thank you so much. I was like, how do we get to there?
Oh,
beautiful.
hit him with the good word.
We were just in Miami for Swim Week.
Woo.
So all the girls came, Olivia, Adrianna, and my Adrianna. We all dressed to the nines. We all looked so good.
Which is exhausting.
I did the runway. We all did, but Adrianna got a little tan. If you can't tell, she is
Can you tell that I had 2 layers of fake tan on me?
Got a tan, or I was rubbing her down.
She rubbed her down.
in every crack and crevice.
It was a very personal experience.
Yeah.
I think
You
we got
can't miss
closer.
any spot.
No, I had 0 streaks. Olivia did an amazing job. And can I say, I think it's addicting. I was looking at myself in the mirror and I was like, I look good.
Yeah.
I
And even
look
we kept
good.
looking at her. And I hate when somebody like makes a change to themselves to go, you look so good right now, because that's not how they normally look. I hate doing that, but she looked so good.
You know what Olivia hit me with? She's like,
What did I hit her with?
you know, not in a mean way, but your skin just looks healthier.
Oh, that was fucked up of me. I'm sorry.
I was like, okay, so I am sickly the rest of the time.
Dang,
Great,
dude.
Olivia. Because I can't fix that. Well, I guess I can. Yeah, I will say
You
there's
should just eat way more carrots, right?
Ugh.
I read that in an
that
article
was-
too.
Won't that make
TikTok.
The more
I wonder if you could have given her another layer. Dare I
I
say
wanted
3
to.
more layers.
I wanted to.
You'll be doing it again in Vermont.
Really?
Because it's already fading.
You
and
gotta
I
have a tan for
miss
summer
it.
in Vermont.
You
Hottest
have
place.
Yeah,
to.
hottest place to be.
Have a tan.
The couch is gonna be like, Adrianna, you're too pale.
Yeah, it just looked good. But then would you struggle with your makeup? Because I imagine your makeup is for your normal skin tone.
It actually, because I only do a skin tint, so it was kind of whatever. And I think it cut down on my redness. And like, I will say also in Miami, I was wearing like shorter outfits and maybe more revealing outfits than I usually do.
She little side boob.
She looked
Little
good.
cheeky side under boob.
Clock it.
Can we show some under boob?
Can we show under boob? Okay.
Can we get a close up on under boob? She looked really
you
good.
know where to find it. I don't know.
You know where to find it. No, I think
But it made me look better.
She was convinced this dress was also way too short for her.
Okay, it was a little short.
She was like, I'm gonna be showing whole. I was like, no, it's long enough.
Adrianna, tell us
Barely.
though. I was talking to Olivia. I was like, I feel like Adrianna is just like really feeling herself and just looking good.
I felt
And
good.
like you're wearing more, not revealing outfits, but I think you're taking more of a creative step or like a riskier step in how you're dressing.
Which takes bravery.
Thank you. And I will say I felt very like feminine there, and I really enjoyed that. And I don't usually put that much like effort into how I look, but like there I was like, I shaved myself down, fake tan, you know, getting all the dresses, putting on the makeup, and it was kind of fun. And like to feel and look so good. Obviously that's not sustainable like for every single day, but I want to like start doing it more and like wearing things that are out of my comfort zone.
It also takes, it's an investment in yourself.
And it's just an investment in makeup and clothes.
Yes, you need to be spending money though, but it is I think a nice investment to make yourself feel better. But like I think we're all pretty cautious with money, and you have typically been, which I think sometimes holds you back from like having the like. This sounds so like whatever, but to have like the right pair of shoes with an outfit, right? Shoes in this girl.
She's a weird one about shoes.
She's a weird one about shoes, but like she bought these for Miami and they go so great with this outfit and the one that she wear, but it changes you to be confident about like what's on your feet, like the kind of makeup you're doing.
And I look back at
changes your
photos
energy.
of myself from a few years ago and I'm like, what are on my feet?
Yes. Yes.
And so that really, I'm like, crop that in, please.
Sometimes you'll get like one pair of shoes that'll be like your fancy pair of shoes, and you'll wear those things. And I'll be like,
I don't do
"Let
that
them
anymore.
rest,
I don't do that
please."
anymore. Okay.
As of what, last month?
You know what? Like 4 months ago.
Okay. Fair.
I will say, really, since Ilona had her Adidas deal, people are always like, I think I was prettiest at like yada yada age. I think I'm hitting that now.
Yeah.
You know, and I really love that actually.
I think a lot of people can relate to that.
It puts yourself in a weird position to be like, I think I was prettiest when I was 23, because then you don't think you can ever achieve that, and it's so much like self-judgment that I'm like, I think you're always growing and you're always getting prettier.
And you're meeting new versions of yourself.
Exactly.
You can't just be one thing. How boring would that be?
But what if this version is a bitch?
That's
this
fine.
one that you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Reputation era.
Hope not.
For her.
I think it's totally true that you get like the thought of, oh, this high school was the best time of my life. Oh, I looked pretty at this time. I just think is not a good mindset to have, because you are going to constantly change. Like for me, I only started to learn how to do my hair like last year. Like doing like my slick back and up like that. Like always I only had one hairstyle, and even now I don't know how to curl my hair, but I think it's cool to like, you get to know yourself more, and it's always changing. And I think that you're coming into where it's also going to change. And there's going to be moments where you don't feel as pretty, but I think it's cool that you're on this trajectory to
your body changes, your face changes, your hair changes. Like you have to constantly keep reintroducing yourself to yourself and getting to know who you are. And so you should grow with yourself, not instead of like shaming you for not looking like your 22-year-old self. There's no fun in that. And also, you're allowed to change and take risks. And I think the older you get, the less you care. That's what I've been finding out. I'm kind of like, yeah, this is me. Why not? Like, and leaning more into that. But that takes time and confronting, I think, some demons. Maybe. Absolutely. That's scary, but you got to do it. The grass is greenest where you water it. So water, who you are today and who you're becoming.
Wow.
I love that.
It's beautiful.
So jot that down.
Beautiful.
Ilona, do you think that who you were a few years ago could have walked down the runway in a bikini?
Probably.
Yeah. I love that. I don't think that's a bad answer. You've always been that girl.
She would have been like more nervous. Like I talk about, like I think when I was younger, I definitely like had trouble, but I've gotten so much better with like being in bikini, showing myself. And I think I think this weekend was the hottest, or last week was the hottest I've ever looked in my life. Like I felt the hottest I've ever been, and to the point where I was like, yeah, I deserve the best because I am the best. Like I look so good. I'm definitely not my thickest right now, but I'm not at my leanest right now. And so like but I still felt so good up there. I felt like thick and like beautiful. So I think that I wouldn't have been as confident, but I just felt so good. I was in bikinis all the time. I'd be in a bikini around people who were wearing full outfits. It's been a journey, and I think coming to love like this phase my body's in and whatnot. So no, I felt so hot. I had my titties out. I had titties kind of this weekend.
Where'd those come from, girl?
Have we said titties every episode?
Probably, hopefully.
And you said titties on the runway.
And if we haven't said it yet,
I said titties on the runway too.
Oh, you did? There's a clip of her going, "Oh, my tits."
My titties are out.
Oh, my titties, because her swimsuit almost
Look,
parted.
titties are flying at Miami Swim Week. Okay, they're everywhere. I was wearing pretty revealing stuff, but I was wearing this one two-piece blue outfit.
Incredible all weekend. Your styling.
Crazy. I was being styled by this amazing woman named Margot, and then Liz as well, and they just know me. They've styled me before, but like having somebody who can really kind of push you outside of what you normally wear,
huge.
I was feeling myself. I look good. And also when I post all these like thirst traps and whatnot, just know I'm posting these for the girls. Yes, I like men, but I'm posting these for the girls. My content, my followers are, I think, something like 85% women.
Hell yeah, that's a flex.
If you can choose your followers, guys, choose women.
Choose women.
Pumped up.
Every time.
They're loving it. I'm loving it. I'm showing, again, I'm going to say it, titties for the girls.
And if we haven't said it yet this episode, areolas. We just got to get
areolas,
that in there.
Get that out,
get that in there. I don't know if we were showing areola, but like,
I probably did.
To say it every episode.
Almost showed some. Yeah, I felt really good. It was so hot though. I was sweating. The humidity was kooky.
Miami weather.
That was walking out of the airport. I was like, oh Jesus, what's happening here?
Smells like Florida.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've chafed in a very long time. One of my outfits, because I gotta say, Adrianna and I were throwing some fits too.
Yep.
I'm proud of how we dressed up, but like
you should have seen this one black fit she had on.
Which one?
The bikini. Oh yeah, there's a lot of black outfits. The bikini one with the like sheer skirt. Boobs were swinging.
That was fun. That was fun to rock around. And I have to say, back to body really quick. Like I didn't feel my tightest. My like where if I'm gonna be walking around in a bathing suit and at events and talking to people, I'd love to like feel and look a certain way. I don't think I was there. I might be starting my period soon or something like that. But like, so I remember looking in the mirror, going like, oh well, but that's what my body looks like right now. But then tell me why. Looking at all the pictures and videos I took afterwards, I was like, that's the hottest a person could look.
Course, yeah.
That's the most beautiful a body could be. In the moment. I felt a certain way, but I rocked it anyway. I just like went out there and did it, which was nerve-wracking being around literal swimsuit models. But the weather, I wore this one dress that had me like it was so tight, and I kept my legs together and walking my inner thighs.
Right.
I was like, do I need to go upstairs and put deodorant between my legs right now? Like, what is that? Like, and it was so hot. I was so sweaty. We were on the beach for a beach party one day. Ooh. Barely any shade, like beaten down on us. But that's Miami, I guess. Is this your first time in Miami?
First time in Miami. I actually only go to Florida with Olivia.
No, it's true.
We went to Orlando for Tokyo because we couldn't go to Tokyo. And then Miami Swim Week. It was great. But the weather. When we were at that brunch thing, I had sweat going down my legs everywhere. But I will say, we weren't the only ones. Like, every girl was embracing their sweat stains.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let's all talk about it.
Yeah.
It was great.
The vibe there is so different from anywhere in the States. It's really its own place. It's very cool.
I felt free.
Free in what way?
Free of like how I was dressing, I will say.
Really?
And that, and like just like how social and like just the connection with all the girls, I will say. I don't know if you guys felt that.
We had one girl come up to us. She wasn't in the SI show. She did a different show. She comes up to Olivia and I made Sarah about it, but she was like, yeah, I just walked in this event yesterday and, you know, I've been on a juice cleanse for like 2 weeks. So I have to go eat a carb. I was like, literally looked at myself like, who are you talking to right now?
We looked down at ourselves.
I was like, we didn't know what to do. We were like, what am I going to congratulate you on this? Like,
yeah.
Huzzah, you starved yourself and you look the same.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
And you almost passed out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just interesting. So I made a point to like not change up anything.
Yeah. Just
and
be
like,
who you are, eat what
be
you
who I
eat.
are, be who I am, be who I are. I was drinking a lot.
You are.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month,
Happy
everybody.
Pride Month.
Text your local gay. Hi, gay. Okay?
And say,
I did it to mine.
We love
you, Joe.
Love you. Be yourself.
Be who you are.
Be who you are.
For your pride.
We once did New York Pride. That was really fun.
Oh,
when is that?
Pride. When is New York City Pride?
Excuse
me,
just
gay
so you
man in
know,
the corner.
Everyone, just so you know, I look towards our gay man in the corner.
The 28th.
Okay.
What do you mean you think?
You guys wish you could see this gay man. He's a good gay. Have you noticed we all have the same stomachs?
Yep.
You sure about that?
We all have like the same stomach pattern.
How do you mean? What do you mean? I don't know if I've ever really looked at our stomachs.
We have similar stomachs.
Okay.
Like the way they sit.
Like the way they sit.
Like our organs inside.
Well, yeah, and just
You guys got a slanted roll right here?
Slanted
A
roll.
slanted roll?
Hold on. Can we expand upon the slanted roll?
No.
we do. Well, we have
I
all
refuse.
very similar body types.
Yes.
Yeah. I think we do. We do.
Yeah, we have very similar body types.
We were visiting a relative over the holidays and chatting with her, and then all of a sudden Ilona goes to like that corner, and it's just like back is turned, and this person goes, "Oh, Olivia really needs to cut her hair," and we just let it go, or whatever. They're older, and Ilona comes back, and the relative goes, "Olivia, you need to cut your hair." And Ilona, bless her heart, goes, "Oh, it's me, Ilona."
You know that. Haha, you're so funny.
And they go, "No, Olivia's the skinny one."
You're Olivia. And so I was to the side like, well, what the hell? What the hell? No.
I've been
Hold
dethroned.
on
And
a
I was
second.
never even in the running. So Ilona really left me behind because in
Sorry about that.
high school, similar body types, and then she had to become a professional athlete and get toned.
What a bitch.
Fuck off.
And by tone, I would say it's just beefy. Anyway, to wrap up, we're hot.
You're hot.
Physically and
Smart.
and
Hotness?
outside.
Hotness is a mentality.
Hotness is a mentality.
It's what you tell yourself. It's like, you know,
Yeah.
like you have to choose happiness. Like that's, you know, to a point, but it is like it's something you got to work at. But hotness is a mentality.
Choose hotness every
you
day.
are as
Wake
hot
up
as
and
you
choose
choose
hotness.
to be. Yeah. Think
Heard.
think hot thoughts.
Think hot thoughts. Hot girl summer.
Hey.
And hot
Starts
girl
now.
every day.
Yeah.
Hot boy.
Okay, is there anybody that is not known as typically like attractive, but you think that they're really hot? Like they're not stereotypically hot.
Some of my teammates love Adam Sandler.
He's hot.
When he was younger,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think they're talking nowadays.
I could see that one.
Just like imagine he's not in a baggy matching set.
Right.
You think he got a rockin' bottom or that?
Well, like
Oh.
I'm saying it's not helping.
I fully thought you meant Andy Samberg. I was like,
I was like, Adam Sandler? What are you doing here?
waiting for them to play Gangnam Style. I thought that's when you said baggy outfits. I was like, I feel I'm off the mark somewhere in my mental.
I don't know if I have one.
Andy can get it.
Andy could get it.
Sandberg.
I know. I don't. I gave a person.
No, I'm very much so like I don't have a type. It's personality based for me. I'm pretty sure.
Ugh, so if you went into Love Island, you would say, it's just their personality. You wouldn't give features.
I would say, yeah, he's my type on paper.
Damn.
No, I wouldn't say that. Sorry, I wouldn't say he's my type on paper.
I would go tall, dark, and handsome.
Right.
Sorry, like every other bitch.
You get that villa, tall, dark, and handsome. What would you say you're looking for if you stepped into that villa?
Someone with like a pulse, I guess.
Ooh. It is dire straits around here again, team.
Tough. Well, I got good news for you.
Damn, I was not going to drink tonight, but Ilona is down for anything with a pulse.
And on that note, hot men.
Happy Father's Day.
And on that note, talking about hot men, let's talk about our dad.
It's Father's Day.
Yeah. It's Father's Day this Sunday. Our dad, Michael Maher, a true rock star. I think a reason we are the way we are today.
Absolutely.
Talking about titties on a podcast.
Yep.
He doesn't actually listen.
He doesn't listen.
He's scared too.
Good for him. For the best.
He'll see some clips like on social media, but then sometimes he's like, what the hell?
He sees some clips and he just kind of nods and goes, okay.
Yep. Proud of him.
He is, I think, just the best girl dad.
Perfect girl dad.
Perfect girl dad.
Truly, like, when we were young, he knew that he would treat us the same as he did if he had sons. So he pushed us. We played all sorts of sports. He always encouraged us to be as strong as possible, as fast as possible. He was where I get my stories about, like, never toning it down, because he wanted me to pitch the ball as fast as I could, even though the other dads were telling me to slow down so their daughters could hit it.
Yeah.
He is a big dude. He's where we, got our frame from. He's a big rugby player, loves rugby, which is where I kind of got into it because of him. And I tell the story that he used to be known as like Big Mike, or I used to be known as like Michael Maher's daughter in the rugby space. And now whenever he goes to rugby events, he's known as Ilona Maher's dad. And that's like really big. And he loves that.
He
Very proud of it.
loves it. That's the only like name he wants. It's never Adrianna and Olivia's dad, but
Soon, guys.
Soon, yeah, for sure.
what environment would he be in that he would be that about us? The geography B circuit, because I won that twice in 8th grade, and he was or in 6th grade.
Still bringing
I beat an 8th grader and a 7th grader when I was in 6th grade for geography B title of our middle school, and then I won it in 8th grade over Ilona. Sorry about that, babe.
You had 1 year ahead of me of information.
Yeah, true. Question was on the Everglades. That was my winning question. So, did you give it to me?
The competition.
Yeah.
I did. I was like, I don't need this. I'll give it to her. She needs this. I know I'm going to go on to do great things.
I knew it. You traitor. But then our dad was always like so proud of me because he's a nerd. He was a history major in school. He would have made a great teacher. He would have made a great history teacher too. You know what I mean? The kind that also coaches the coaches the football team. Because it's like
that would
required that a
perfect.
history teacher also, because they have to have like a job in the school or something like that to coach the football team. Anyway, he was so proud of me. He would buy me like globes and like books on geography, and like we'd
so
study together, and he
cute.
would come with me to the like state level competition, which never went well for me. But we did it together, and it's some of my like favorite memories because it was something outside of sports that we bonded on and over. And he'd be like, I would be like, what's the capital of whatever? And I'd be like, ah! And he'd be like, no. No. But okay, I was pretty good at geography, right? Which actually we should maybe have a segment on this show where we like flash. I just really want to do trivia.
She's just trying to brag. We're not doing that segment.
I'm trying to beat Ilona for real.
One time in college, I was a global studies major, so you had to know where every single country in the world was.
Yeah.
I got a blank map. I could label every single country.
That's what we should do here.
Yeah. Give
I'd love
me
that.
2 days.
Flash a flag and we have to say what country it's from. Right?
That'd be fun.
That'd be
Could
fun.
be embarrassing.
But I think our viewers would learn as well.
Do you want this? You can be honest.
Yeah,
No.
let us know. Do you want to be smarter with us?
No.
No?
Do you want to beat Ilona with me?
You know what? Let's get back to my dad, because it's funny. He calls these two his funniest daughters. That's disrespectful.
No.
I am considered the third funniest to him.
To him.
You know what, Michael? How about you ask my fans?
Not the full government.
Who's the funniest, Michael Maher?
man.
How about you go give them a question? You think these two? But I will say these two are funnier than
Have
me.
you made him vagal before?
Yeah.
Because we can make him faint with laughter.
What did I say recently in the group chat that made him laugh?
Oh, about your roommate.
My roommate.
She texted in our group chat when she got back to San Diego for the first time in, I don't know, 8 months, like that she saw her roommate. And because the two of them have this beautiful relationship of roommates where they don't know much about each other, but they work together beautifully. And she texted our group chat, Just saw Lauren. Had her biannual check-in. Love that girl.
I love her.
He thought that was so
He
funny.
loved it.
He is so funny.
That was a good one.
Jonna makes him laugh really hard.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he is my like perfect audience. Like I just know him really well and I know it works. And I will say, I think actually watching the podcast back sometimes, I'm like, you're gonna love this. I think looking at the three of us, objectively, I'm not the funniest. I think it is Olivia. You can really work it.
Oh. So jot that down. No, I agree.
You bitch!
But you know.
No.
Wait, Adrianna, you know
I'm drinking alone tonight.
Adrianna, you know I love a physical comedy. What have I said? And she does a great physical comedy.
Does. But I think
You have a different. You're funny, but she is dumb. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And she made me
Olivia
laugh.
did this thing yesterday with her shoes where she just like put them together and it
Hilarious.
killed Ilona.
Kills me.
She was laughing nonstop.
I love more self-deprecating humor, and that's what she does.
Yeah.
So it gets me. You're funny too.
I'm funny. I'm Dad's sort of funny, which is why he put me as number one.
Did he put you as number one, or did he just tell you that?
There's a video.
Oh, you got that on video?
I feel like Nicole Kidman after divorcing Tom Cruise, running through that parking lot and screaming. That's me.
Yeah, Adrianna, that was crazy. You just said that, and that we got that on camera.
I've been thinking about that a lot because it's literally listening to these backs where I'm like, speak up, Adrianna.
Girls,
and Olivia's just over here doing like the
See,
and I'm like,
comedy.
Jesus.
She goes, shut up.
Physical comedy. Situational comedy as well, I think.
But we got that funny because of our dad.
He's hilarious.
He's a very funny person.
What do you
He's
call
smart.
his humor dry sometimes, or
Yeah.
he's just smart humor. Like he will do a lot of callbacks, or it's just good.
Humor,
good stuff.
we think, is also about intellect. I think that's why we're just funny people, is we're smart people.
Yeah.
And what?
No, I just love it. Keep going.
Yeah, we're smart. We're smart. Humor's about like getting it and like understanding what's happening today. And like he really gets it. And he's just a guy who also you can chat to. And, you know, as you're chatting about whatever's going on, you say something funny and just vibe off of it. He's somebody who loves to just chat. Like
He can talk about anything.
anything. He's very smart. He
So
knows
knowledgeable.
facts about things that you don't need to know, actually.
Ask him
just be
about
knowing
any
it.
war.
I will say one of my favorite memory. No, okay, this isn't a favorite memory. I love this memory of, you know, growing up, going to school, having papers to write, is being like, Lord, research is interesting and hard, and it's always the same thing when you're trying to avoid Wikipedia. So you just go to our dad and say, hey, so like, what is up with the Ottoman Empire? What's crazy? I was just saying this the other day. What's up with the Ottoman Empire, and could you talk slowly? Tippity tappity.
That's the way I got through college.
No, literally.
I have actually emails where I would send him the prompt for my essay just to like prep him, and then I'd call him and I'd be like, slow that down.
Slow that down. He was our
okay.
chat GPT. That was our chat GPT back in the day. He's just an encyclopedia of like obscure knowledge, and he has also incredible takes on things. He's like he's spitting facts. He's not biased about it. He's like, I mean, he'll tell you what's up. He'll be like, yeah, but not in a way where, it's just so good.
He loves to read. He reads like also articles from all over the place. He wants to be updated on what's going on in like a very unbiased fashion, and so that's something we can always go to. I think that I don't chat with him often though. Like,
you have to call him.
you got to call him. Sometimes I'll get a message, a status ? That's what I get.
Classic.
And then you call him up and he's like, hey, what's the password for the New York Times?
Yeah.
Oh, it's shit and bricks over here, my dude.
Yeah, right. When he does call, but that's his thing. For us was just like, not like, how are you? What's going on? Status.
What's going on?
Status.
And then you got to say
No question mark.
a few things.
A few things. What's up?
I think I've loved doing rugby because it's given me something to talk to him about. Like, I think for most people, you're always trying to make your dad proud. Like, that's, I think, a big goal of ours in a way as well. Like, why we do some of the things we've done. And rugby was a big thing to make him proud. And I think that it's given us a way to connect because I talk to him about this and that and that. And I think it's also been so cool that it's given him a reason to travel the world with mom and go to my games. So I love that we have that added thing because you always want to connect, but it can be hard, to connect with.
But not him, because he will talk about anything.
Anything you want.
Yeah.
He's very.
He recently messaged me and was like, what protein powder do I need to have in the house for you?
Oh,
That's really cute.
He's also very thoughtful on things
very
too.
thoughtful.
It's
Like,
really sweet.
he made us breakfast every single morning before school.
Yeah.
He was very on it. Whatever we were like, whatever was our like fixation at that time, like he would make that. He would wake
your
up
cream of
early.
wheat?
I love cream of wheat.
She loves cream of wheat.
Oh my god!
Always
I love
has it
cream of
stocked
wheat.
for Olivia.
Wow. Some people think it's gross. That's the best. You gotta have the real stuff though, not the instant stuff. That's horrific. So he would wake up before us to like wake us up, but he would make us whatever breakfast we wanted to like fuel our like bodies and brains for like going into the school
Yeah.
day. Like that's every single morning. That's such an incredible memory. Like what a guy.
He, I think, is the reason our standards are so high. Recently, what were you just saying?
That he thinks our standards are too high.
Yeah,
But
right.
he's glad that at least we haven't ended up with a dud.
Yeah.
So to that, Michael, I say, whose fault is that?
Yours.
Whose fault is that? He would wake up every morning and make coffee and bring it up to my mom. He would do our dirty laundry as kids. He
melt our mouth guards.
which is all like things
Put 'em
that
in
dad
mouth.
should do, I guess. Now I'm like, that's moms
just
do
like
all the
dad
time.
things, yeah.
But like just little things that are so thoughtful. He's definitely an acts of service guy. I remember when he was unemployed once, he was so unhappy to not be able to provide for his family. He wants to be a provider. He works so hard. He's always down in the basement, clacking away on his keyboard.
That's where his office is. He's not just in the basement, everyone.
Yeah, sorry, his office is down there. He
It's a
works
finished
remotely.
basement. He's happy, y'all. He's fine.
He
We
can
don't just
talk
keep
to
him down there.
anyone.
Yeah.
He's just a lovable dude. So I guess to all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. But to Michael Maher, especially, we love you so much.
We love you a lot.
Love
You are the best.
you.
Our status, we're doing well. I'll talk to you in 3 to 5 business days.
Welcome to Sisters Settle It, the part of the show where we see your question and we answer it. It's usually sister related, but this time it's friend related. Hey Mars sister, teenage girl drama here. So much fun. I'm in a friend group where everyone seems to be closer with everyone except for me. Recently, they have been excluding me from all the group hangouts and not talking to me at lunch, even though I sit with them. Ouch. I have addressed it with one girl in the group I'm closest with, and she doesn't really seem to care about the situation, even though I feel like she is one of my best friends. I'm not sure what else to do or if I should do anything because I get the feeling they don't even like me. I'm also a senior in high school and about to graduate, so is it worth it? I need all the advice I can get. Sisters, thank you.
I don't know if those are your friends.
That's kind of what it seems like.
Yeah. And I will say, this sounds very much so like my senior year of high school. I had not a fun experience, and all these people that I thought were my friends, I think just turned out weren't or wasn't how I imagined it. And for the rest of senior year, I just kind of like didn't pay them mind, I guess, or I just wasn't worried about it because I think you're about to graduate. So is it worth it? I don't know if it's worth it to waste your time on people like that. Like, you can tell.
You can tell. If you have these feelings, that's real. Listen to
Yeah.
yourself.
You can tell if people don't like you and if they're acting like that around you.
And I want to say that's not necessarily a reflection on you.
No.
If they don't
Not
like
at
you,
all.
that's a reflection on them.
Yeah.
Because
And that's
they
none of your business.
They shouldn't be doing that to a girl who's obviously thinks that they are part of the friend group to be actively excluding. Like that really
And
shows their character.
And to like try to make a friend, someone that you think is a close friend, aware of it, and them to not care is also a sign. Friends should care about you and your feelings and what you're saying.
when I had all that happen to me in high school, I literally was like, okay, fine, I'm going to go to college and you can kind of reclaim who you are, start fresh. Not that you have to like wait for that to happen, but that was how I did. Like, I have better things ahead of me. I knew that. I had that feeling that I had better things ahead of me, and you do as well. Like, it's never fun. I've been in that situation many times where I've never the friends I thought aren't right, and it's sucky. It feels terrible. You feel like so uncomfortable even sitting with them at lunch. But you have much better things ahead of you, and it's not worth it to try to get closer to people who are like that. I didn't meet my best friend until 20s. Olivia didn't meet hers till college. Like, Adrianna still has best friends from school, but there's more people to meet. There's more people who are going to like you for you. Do not waste your energy on people like that.
And it's not your job to make people like you.
No.
They are their own people. They have their own reasons. What they say, what's that thing? It's like people talk about you behind your back for a reason. They're behind you for a reason, right? It's like, be who you are. And if that's too much for them and they don't like it, then, they can go find less. But you can be as big as you want to be and like love yourself. And the people that are meant to be around you will be attracted to how much you like yourself. Should we write a book?
You should for sure.
And If you have a sisterly struggle and you want us to debate on the show, comment on YouTube or send us a DM at House of Maher and for a chance to be featured. Thank you so much for coming over to the House of Maher, a Wave original. Be sure to watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Plus, follow the show on social media at House of Maher for clips and behind-the-scenes content.
And don't forget to call your dad.
Yes!
Bring him up. Tell him you love him.
Or just send him, like, status.